What is good, YouTube? It's Warstu here with another Flash Season 2 video. This will be my breakdown for the season finale, Race of His Life. As you can see, the cast were dropping pictures all day long, teasers, to build up a massive hype for the episode. But the episode already had a massive hype and I was so pumped to watch it. And I'm so glad it didn't fail and I did not see a few things coming that happened, but I'll speak about this when I start my breakdown, so let's get into it. So the episode started just as the last one ended, just before Barry's father got killed by Zoom. Very emotional episode as Barry's having to deal with his father's death even, and he's having to deal with trying to defeat Zoom. So a lot of crying, a lot of strong emotional acting from Grant. Very, very good episode from him. Acting was on fleek, on point. And then after this scene, he had a massive fight with Zoom. He owned Zoom too easy, so it was kind of obvious that he wasn't fighting Zoom, and it was a time remnant. So he had the opportunity to kill the time remnant, but he didn't do it. So another Zoom came along and killed him, and I was like, what the fuck? But then I realised it was a time remnant, and then he's like, Barry, you're nearly ready. So it'd be cool if Barry could actually create a time remnant, which I predicted he would actually do later on in the episode. And then we get the funeral of Henry Allen, which is kind of sad as his journey just come back into the program, so to kill him off again, kind of meh. But I don't think they put enough time into the kind of funeral, as it was only a few minutes long. But I guess the kind of aim of the episode was to defeat Zoom. So then Team Flash decided to lock Barry up, as Barry was too emotional, too angry to face Zoom, and if he was to race Zoom being angry, he would fail. So they tried to take down Zoom without him. They took him down, sent him back to Earth 2, but they took Joe West with him, which was a quite interesting dimension in my opinion, as we've not really seen a lot of scenes with Joe West and Zoom as such. So we find out a bit about his history, and Joe's like, who's the masked man? And he basically said it's the real Jay Garrick. Gave a bit of a backstory, how he conquered all the other Earths, wanted to be faster and faster, so he developed V6, eventually got V9, and then obviously he's seen the portal open, which was Barry when the end of season 1. So it was good that they gave a kind of history of how Zoom got into this series. So the masked man is the real Jay Garrick. We all know it was Henry Jay Garrick. So yes, it was Henry Jay Garrick, and 98% of people were correct. Even I was correct, but I still think there was a chance it could have been someone else. But it was pretty cool that they used John Wesley Shipp as the real Jay Garrick from Earth 2, so he's Barry Allen's doppelganger. Don't confuse him with being Barry Allen's actual dad. So it'd be quite interesting to see if we see him in season 3. I'm sure we'll see him at some other point, as he disappeared into Earth 2 with Earth 2 Henry Allen and Earth 2 Jesse Quick. I'm sure we will see them in the future, in a future episode, but it's cool that Cisco can open up portals now with his vibe abilities, so he will just become more and more powerful as he learns his abilities. So vibe is Cisco is a very important character to this program, alongside with the Flash. So I like it how they're developing Cisco's abilities. So let's get on to the fight around the ring. I'm going to call it a ring. So essentially Barry Allen did win. He created his own time remnant by going back in time, so that was pretty cool. He kind of stole Zoom's trick, ended up sacrificing his time remnant to win the fight, and ultimately Zoom kept saying that he defines the odds of the Speed Force and no one could define the odds of the Speed Force. So essentially the Reapers came for Zoom. And the interesting thing was, I'm not going to say he is the Black Flash, but you'll see in a few seconds that once the Time Reapers came for him, he kind of transformed into something that buries the kind of resemblance of the comic book version of the Black Flash. So I know they confirmed that he could come back, but I don't think he's going to come back as the same version of Zoom if he does. So this is kind of like the comic book version of the the Black Flash. I'll put a picture up after this one. It's slightly different, so it was a nice touch that that he turned into a different kind of version of a speedster. I didn't like the fight, how it was over. It was just too quick. Massive build up for this race, and it was kind of over in a few minutes. But I suppose they did have to build up season 3 before the end of the episode, and they had to cram a lot into 45 minutes. But I feel that they did it quite nicely. As you see in this picture, it kind of does resemble what the Time Reapers turned Zoom into. So it's cool that that Teddy could come back in a different role. So what the biggest what the fuck moment was at the end of it, he said, I'm going to have to do this. So he runs back in time to season 1 and stops the Reverse Flash from killing his mum. So as soon as I've seen this, it's like, oh my god, they're doing Flashpoint. Are they really going to do Flashpoint? I don't think they're going to do the same Flashpoint as they did in the comic books. But the interesting thing here was, if they're doing Flashpoint here, how will this affect the next season? Is Eddie Thawne going to come back into it? Are they going to change the timeline on Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow? So much could happen. Now it looks like they're going to be doing Flashpoint. So within this episode, they did Infinite Crisis Earths with the portal, with Zoom trying to destroy all the Earths. But ultimately, his plan was really clever, as he wanted to destroy all the Earths and just leave Earth 1, because obviously he would have to have somewhere for himself to live, which was a nice touch. Very nice touch. So I'm going to be doing some other videos on season 3 and what the ending means, and so on. And also, as I release more details, I'll do some more videos on the Flash, as there's just too much to cram into one video. So I mean, how does the ending affect the overall Flash program? Because now his mother never died, but ultimately his mother's going to have to die at some point. So Barry's going to have to go back in time again and make sure his mother dies, or else essentially he may never become the Flash, as that kind of accident turned him into the Flash in some sense. Anyway guys, let me know down below in the comments below if you want me to do any other videos on anything, if you didn't understand anything, or if you think I've interpreted anything wrong. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and also thank you for watching my videos during this season on the Flash. I've really enjoyed making these videos a lot. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next one.